Howdy, with this video I want to go over the first essay, the song analysis, and make sure you understand what I'm looking for there. Just to go to the schedule real quickly, the first two paragraphs of the song analysis are due on Wednesday the 12th. These might be a little rough, but I want to make sure you've picked your song, you've picked the 3 reasons you like the song, and you're getting started on the essay. And because you don't want to write the entire essay and have me go like, oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to find out if you're on the wrong track, kind of with these first 2 paragraphs. The full draft's due on Friday the 14th. Once those are all in on Saturday, I'll send out the peer reviews. You'll receive the drafts of 2 other students, and you'll with a series of questions attached to them, and you'll answer those questions and try and help those students out. At the same time, 2 other students can be looking at your draft and trying to help you out, right? And then once those are in, I'll get those back to the original writers, and then the final version will be due on the 19th. Then we'll start the writing process all over again with the next essay. But the assignment's up there on the content page. I pull it up and work so I can highlight things. This first one's a 5-part essay, a very formulaic essay. Hopefully you've had the 5-part essay before. There are just some modifications to it, so make sure you're not falling back into what you may have done before. Make sure you're following this assignment. But it's an 800-word minimum. You're going to talk about 1 song from 1 particular performance. So if you got an artist who's done this, who you've seen do this live, seen them do it on a YouTube video, and you might have the studio version of the song, you got to pick which one you want to talk about. You can't talk about all 3. And as you kind of think about the song, you want to kind of think about a song that means something to you. Why do you like this particular song? If the only reason you like the song is because it rocks, it's going to be hard to get an 800 words out of it rocks. Does the song bring back particular memories? Does it remind you of your friends and things you all did together? Does it remind you of the first time you saw the Beast? Does it remind you of your grandmother or another person? Why do you like this particular song? What kind of memories does it bring back to you? And if you're thinking about working with a song that doesn't bring back any memories, you're going to be dead in the water because you're not going to have much to write about other than, it rocks! And I've had a couple of first 2 paragraphs that sound like that. I'm like, I think you need another song because you're not going anywhere with this. Is there something about the lyrics? Do the lyrics remind you of a particular time in your life or a particular person? Are they profound? Are they just kind of silly? There's nothing wrong with picking a song that's kind of your pickup song where you're feeling down and you play the song and all of a sudden you're singing the song as you drive down the interstate, right? At the top of your voice. And sometimes silly songs can actually mean a lot. It's a lot to people. A good example, if I was doing this essay, I'd consider using a crazy frog as a possible topic, because when my kids are little and misbehaving or starting to fight with each other, I'd put on Crazy Frog and they just start hopping around like frogs, and it didn't solve everything, but it kind of took their mind off the confrontation, and we had a little bit of fun. Then we kind of were able to sit down and maybe work through it. Sometimes not, but but I would never argue that Crazy Frog is a good song. It's an annoying song. And I might not use it for this essay because there's no lyrics to it really. So that might make it a little harder to develop 800 words out of. But it might be one I consider. And it's pretty normal to work through a couple of songs before you find the one you want to work with. So if the first one doesn't quite work out as you're thinking about it, go to the next one. Don't worry about it. What else you like the song, the beat, the performance, or whatever. And again, don't try and come up with the coolest song ever. One of the better essays I've had on this assignment was on the Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini song. If you've never heard it, you can YouTube it real quickly. But the student liked the song because it reminded her of her grandmother. They'd sing the song together when her grandmother was alive. It also reminded her of a time when her grandmother actually went out and bought her, had to look pretty hard for it, but eventually found an Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini for her. And it was just a way for her to remember everything her grandmother had done for her. Her grandmother was her guardian at some points, and all these things that the grandmother had done for her, it comes back when she hears this song. So she never really argued it's a good song. She's just saying, hey, this is what it means to me. So kind of keep that in mind. For the general organization of the essay, the first paragraph, you're just going to introduce the song, who wrote it, who performed it, what's the name of it, what album did it come from, things like that. You're going to provide a brief summary of the song in your own words, just about 2-3 sentences top. Don't tell us the entire song. If you like something like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, don't start from beginning to end and tell me everything that happens in the song. Just tell me, 2 or 3 sentences what you think is happening in the song. Also, you're going to provide a little bit of biographical information. You're going to go to a source to get this, and you're going to cite that source within your essay, put that source on a works cited page. We'll talk about that more a little bit next week. I'm going to show you how to do that, so and kind of ease into MLA formatting a little bit. But once you kind of get all that introductory material, then you're going to give your 3-point thesis at the end of the first paragraph, which is going to tell us the 3 reasons you like the song, or the 3 reasons the song means something to you. That first paragraph, kind of notice the word count. If you're not getting up to 150 words, probably you're not doing something within that paragraph to get the word count. And that's one thing we're going to look at the peer reviews. If you're short on word count on one of your paragraphs, you probably want to go ahead and write in your draft, say, hey, I'm having trouble developing this paragraph. What's going on here? Or can you help me here? In the body of the essay, you're going to spend a paragraph on each reason you like the song. You're going to support each reason with quotes from the song, but you're not going to summarize the song for me. If you start falling into plot summary, one way to know you're doing that is because you can't stop. Because you start at the beginning of the song, this, and this, and this, and this, and then I'm pretty soon I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to play this song while I'm grading your essay, so why are you telling me what happens in the song? But you do want to use quotes and kind of say, this quote's, when my grandmother and I would sing this quote together, this meant something to me or whatever. So you're going to use quotes from the song for a sense of example of where you're getting what's bringing back these memories. But the paragraph's going to be about the memory or the person or why this song means something to you, right? And you're going to use good examples and develop those examples in the paragraphs. And again, watch out for the word count. If you're not getting at least 150 words in each body paragraph, you probably don't have a particularly good thesis point there, or something's going on. So your first paragraph is your introduction and thesis. Spend a paragraph on each point. Your 5th paragraph is going to be your conclusion. You want to do more than just summarize your essay. Music means a lot to every culture, so you kind of want to bring it out to the big picture and kind of talk about, is this going to be a song you're going to play for your grandchildren, or is this going to be passed down through generations? It's just a simple, fun song that means something to you. And isn't it interesting how we generate meaning through silly stuff sometimes? You might talk about music in general, but don't just restate your thesis in your conclusion. I'm going to highlight that for you. Please don't restate your thesis in your conclusion. Sometimes students are taught that when they're learning 5-paragraph format, but I've seen your thesis. You spend a paragraph on each thesis point. I get it. Tell us the big picture. Why is your analysis of this song so important? What does it tell us about the human condition, or things like that? So that's hard because you're also taught to do that in speech classes, right? Go back and emphasize your points. But please don't do this here. I get it. I've seen your thesis, paragraph on each point. What else you got to say? How are you going to bring all this home? The last page is going to be your works cited page. Wherever you get your song lyrics from, make sure you take note of that. If it's just, Boogie Boy 51 at on A to Z's lyrics.com or something, you're going to kind of want to note that. So if they get the lyrics a little off or something, it's not your fault. It's going to be wherever you got the lyrics from. The essay should also include the following components. Should be using good figurative language. We'll talk about that in another video. I should have 3 accurate quotes from the lyrics. And again, you're going to provide a copy of the lyrics after your works cited page. Because again, the odds are whatever song you pick, I probably haven't heard. If it's written after the year 2000, that's kind of when new music kind of started sounding the same to me because I got old. I may know the song because I got kids, and it might be an accident. But the last album I bought was Ice Cube's War album. So that's how far back Mr. Fish goes. That's a good album, by the way. I'm defending that album. But also, when you quote from the songs, we're going to treat it like poetry, so I'm going to be quoting from using line numbers. And we'll look at some sample essay here eventually, once we kind of get going with the paragraphs and everything. You need all these fun punctuation. There's a punctuation handout on the help resources area on the content page for you to read through and start working with those. And there are some forbidden words in this class. Do not use the word it. It generally leads to vague pronoun use. It also tends to lead to passive voice. You can always rewrite a sentence to get it out of it, and it's generally going to be a better sentence. You're not telling us why the reader likes the song. You may pick a song I hate. But the point of the essay is not to tell me why I should like the song. The point of the essay is you're telling me why you like the song, right? And avoid got. It's just a catch-all verb. You can always find a more accurate verb to use other than got. So I just kind of count those as forbidden words. Don't use them in the essay. And I will take a point off every time you use it. So there we go. So again, it's going to take you a couple of songs. You may have to work through a couple of songs to get a good topic, and you might want to kind of, outline your essay a little bit, make sure you can get the 3 points going. But if you have questions, let me know. If you're wavering between two possible songs and you want me to kind of look at it, I'm happy to look at possible topics too. But if you have any questions, be sure and let me know, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.